What's a significant job that you would do now?
The larger jobs are like in the millions.
What does that entail?
Floors, walls, bench tops, fireplaces.
So is this a lot of commercial or are you doing a lot of residential?
Just
Both?
high-end residential.
Yeah.
My name is Amadeus Skipperhane. I am the managing director of Pazzi Marble and Granite. Got a really good team. We started in 2009 from my parents' backyard. Kind of just started with a Chinese bridge saw. It's like $46,000 machine.
That's what I want to know. Who is the person? What does that person do? The person who's spending $25 million on a build.
I want to be the most profitable stonemason in Australia. I have aspirations, why can't we do 30, 40, 50, $100 million? Why not?
They're doing the things that you're like, oh, it'd be cool to have that. Yeah, but someone's doing it. It's been done. Well, what's the bridge? What's the gap between where you are and where you could be or want to be?
G'day, George.
Howdy.
Do you know what today is?
Please enlighten me.
It's Happy Australia Day.
The happiest of Australia days. What a day.
Now, you're either listening to this on your day off or you've taken a day off from listening to the podcast as well and you're listening to us on your first week back. But Happy Australia Day if you took it off, if you didn't. And I figured what better way to celebrate, George, than by having a special guest on the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce your surname, but I want to introduce Amadeus. We've got today. Do you want to tell people who may not know who you are a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. My name is Amadeus Skipperhane. I am the managing director of Pazzi Marble and Granite. We're a stone shop located in Mulgrave.
The best stone shop.
Thanks. Thanks, Robbie. We specialize in natural stone, floors, walls, bench tops, that kind of thing. Got a really good team. We started in 2009 from my parents' backyard. And since then, we've grown to 2 factories in Mulgrave, and we're actually in the process of moving to a larger premises in Dandenong South. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's quite the story, and we'll dive in. And thanks for coming on today, by the way.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, great to have you here.
Tell us a little bit about how you go from, so just for your own context as well, a lot of our listeners are, business owners or people that are new to business or wanting to go out on their own. How do you go from, you were initially working for someone?
Yeah, so I was working for a company called Maxim Marble.
Maxim?
Maxim, yeah. They were in, the guy's name was Max Vereshchuk. He was a Ukrainian, tall, super handsome, very charismatic. And he was someone I'd really look up to, and I thought, geez, that's something to aspire to.
I want to be like this guy.
Pardon?
I want to be like this guy.
Yeah, I want to be like this guy. He wore Ralph Lauren polos and drove a beautiful car, and I thought, that's good. That's something to aspire towards.
Is he still in the business?
No, I think he's doing glass splashbacks, or I'm not sure what he's doing now, actually.
Hey, that's something I think we need to touch on as well, but we'll get to that later because there was
What's that, glass
big,
flashbacks?
No, a big change in the stone space when the laws changed and the whole thing came out about people getting what's that lung?
Silicosis,
yeah.
yeah.
Silicosis, and then people thought they were going to ban it, and they kind of stepped away from it and started cutting glass and so forth. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But you went from working for someone to working from your backyard?
Yeah, so during that period that I was there, I had saved up a bit of money. And I went to my dad and I said, look, I want to try doing my own thing. And he didn't think of much of it until I said, oh, look, I've saved up this much money. He's like, oh, shit, how'd you get that? I thought, oh, I've been saving and working. And so he seemed to be quite impressed, and he bridged the gap in what I needed. And we concreted the section of the backyard and kind of just started with a Chinese bridge saw. It's like $46,000 machine, pretty compared to what like a CNC.
And how long ago was this?
2009.
Okay.
Yeah, so 16 years ago.
Yeah. So I was
So that's when Pazzi was established.
That's when established. Yeah. So Pazzi, the name is it dates back to the Renaissance. There was a Pazzi family, a Medici family, a few other families that were like banking families into trade and that kind of thing. And I'm a descendant of the Pazzi family, and so my nonno used to tell me.
You're a descendant of the Pazzi family?
The Pazzi family, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Ah, I hadn't told you.
No, you mentioned the history behind it a little bit, but I didn't know that you were a descendant.
Yeah.
So it's a family name.
Family name, yeah. So we don't have Pazzi anymore as the name.
Yeah.
In Florence, there was they call it the Pazzi family conspired with, I think it was the Pope's nephew, to basically take over the Medici family. It was the Giuliano and Lorenzo. Long story cut short, they managed to Lorenzo managed to escape. Giuliano, his brother, he died, or was murdered, I should say. And
What's this dating back to what?
I think it was 1500s.
Okay.
Yeah, 1500s or 1500s, something like that. So yeah, the Medici family at the time stripped all the Pazzi family of all their assets, exiled them from Florence, and my nonna would tell me the story. My grandfather would tell me the story when I was little, and something I really liked, and I like history, and I find it interesting. I thought, oh, maybe that would make a good name. So the actual coat of arms, our emblem, our logo emblem is the coat of arms of the Pazzi family.
I remember you saying that, but I didn't know that you were a descendant of them.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
Thanks.
So let's touch on, the whole 16-year journey and I guess what you've taken from it, how it's going. Started in your backyard, 2009, 2026 now. Where are you at? And you feel free to share and not share whatever you want. You don't have to mention specific things if you feel uncomfortable to. But let's talk about, if you're comfortable to share, like maybe team size.
Yep.
Or types of jobs that you're outputting compared to what you were doing. What jobs were you doing when you started at home?
So
you doing just bench tops or
no, not even.
Not even
in the beginning. I was doing like hotplate cutouts.
Hotplate. Okay.
Enlarging hotplate.
Oh yeah, so you were just doing like you'd go to someone's installed it.
Yeah, or it'll be a kitchen. They want to change their appliance or
so you go do the
cutout, and then I'd enlarge the hot plate for it. $80, which seemed ridiculously good money to me because I.
Yeah, you're like, what? $80 an hour?
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Well,
what a life.
Probably took 2 hours, so it's probably about $40 an hour.
Yeah, you're like, this is great.
But compared to what I was on, I think I was on like $18 before that. It seemed like this is incredible. So yeah, I started doing those kind of remedial works, resurfacing bench tops, sealing bench tops. Then I started to get like small vanities and barbecue bench tops, and I still remember the first time I got a kitchen. It was a small kitchen in Bayswater. I think it was about $3,500. And I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, just kind of went from there.
And then share what's a significant job that you would do now? Like
now?
Or 2025. So last year, let's say last year.
So the larger jobs are like in the millions.
What does that entail?
Floors, walls, bench tops, fireplaces.
So is this a lot of commercial? Or are you doing a lot of residential?
Just
both?
High-end residential.
Yeah.
Yeah, high-end residential. So I think the largest job to date was private residence. It was about 2.4 million in stonework.
2.4 in stone?
Yeah.
What was it a new build? Or was it a renovation?
Yeah, new build.
Well, do you know what they were spending on the build?
I think it was in the vicinity of 24, 25.
See, that's what I want to know. Who is the person? What does that person do? The person who's spending 25 million on a build. You know what I mean? And it's not an investment.
Yeah.
They're doing it for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
The funny thing is, most of the time, by the time they're finished, it ends up being a great investment for them too.
Yeah.
As in what it's worth at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
I was just curious about that.
I'd assume you'd be in the Turak type area.
Predominantly.
For a lot of those jobs, yeah.
Predominantly,
yeah.
Yeah, they're on a big block and they've got the tennis court in the backyard and and then it's actually a great conversation. Do they overcapitalize or do they invest all this money into something that very few people can actually do, and then they've spent 25 mil, but they'll go sell it for 45 2 years later?
It's always something I thought. I don't know.
But it's not necessarily a money thing for them at that point. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's what
it almost becomes an ego thing.
Yeah, this
it's like,
is what
it's like, just okay. This cost me this much. All right, just put a price tag 50 mil.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, this is how much? I'll give you 45. No, you'll give me 60 now. Just don't insult me. Like, Do you know what I mean? It's like they don't care. It's not a money thing. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh shit, it's a fire sale. We got to get the best price we can, sell tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's often not the case with that. Yeah. And that's fantastic that you're doing those types of projects because you get to connect with some pretty interesting people along the journey as well.
That's I think one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Is the people you get to rub shoulders with and speak to. And
now, are you helping source stone with that as well?
Yeah.
So will you go overseas to get the actual stone itself? So you personally go there, get this, source the stone from the suppliers.
Yeah.
And then bring it in and go, cool, this is the slab. We want this, we want that, and take it from there.
Depends on the job, depends on the material.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth it, other times it's not. But yeah, that's what we're looking to do more of.
Yeah.
Stone is wild when you think about it. Like, to cut a block out of the ground, essentially is what it is, right? Natural stone.
Mountain.
Yeah, they're like cutting a block out of the earth.
Yeah.
And it comes out
on a ship. And
yeah. That is wild. And then say, cool, cut it into this shape and make it this size and put these edges on and it weighs a ton. Have you ever lifted? You would have lifted. Have you ever lifted a?
That's all I do. Can't
yeah, that's all. Dude, it weighs a ton. Like, you don't believe how heavy it's going to be until you have to lift it, and then you're like,
yeah, we've done some big bench tops over the years, and you need like stone where you got 8 people carrying it.
Yeah, trying to
through a house, and you're like, no one fucking drop it.
Yeah,
because you drop it and it's just like shit.
Yeah, back
to Italy.
Yeah. The funniest is sometimes people are like, so how do you get the stone in the house? I'm just like, the hands.
Yeah.
That seems to.
Yeah, unless you have a significant job like you did, I think it was either late last year or a few weeks back with the crane, where you the whole A-frame in.
Yeah. So that would usually take it up to like the second story, as opposed to having to take it up like staircases or. But then you still have to
move it into its location.
Yeah, all by hand, like little ants.
Yeah, that is wild. When I first learned how they actually source it, because it's not one of those things you think about, right?
No,
you don't sit there in bed asking yourself until you have to have some level of involvement with it, and then you look into it and you're like, holy shit, this is in the ground. Like, this is actually, or in a mountain or whatever it might be. And it's like, this is naturally sourced and cut out.
Yeah.
And brought over.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think I was really lucky a couple of years. Actually, I say a couple of years ago. It's probably 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
Time flies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 2014, 15, something like that.
George will say the other day about something that happened a decade ago.
That's
that was the other day.
It's like the other day, yeah.
It happened the other day.
I'm
not wrong.
It was the other day. Yeah. It wasn't this day.
It wasn't this day. But I was really lucky to be able to go through the quarries. One of our suppliers took us through, and that was absolutely incredible.
Whereabouts was that?
Carrara, Italy.
In Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Who makes the best stone? Or where do you get the best stone from?
Well, it's all made by Mother Nature.
Yeah.
But,
so it's one person.
Same supplier.
It's the same supplier everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Same supplier.
But,
your dealer is my dealer.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's what's desirable at the time. At the moment, there's a lot of beiges, a lot of travertine.
Yeah.
A lot of calicato marble, statuario, that kind of thing.
So do you still do installation yourself?
No.
Personally?
No.
Yep. Hung up the tool belt?
Hung up the tools. Fortunately got a really, really good team. And yeah, they do a fantastic job.
Yeah. Team size?
It's about 40 people.
So he employs 40 people. Yeah, they've grown to quite a big team.
Yeah.
16 years the journey.
Yeah.
A lot happens over 16 years, man. That's a significant amount of time. How did you handle the whole? I've got friends who worked and work in stone.
Yeah.
And I remember when the whole silica thing came to fruition, I had people that I knew that were on 60 Minutes, not 60 Minutes, what's a current affair?
Current affairs.
Yeah, and they were interviewed on a current affair because they had been diagnosed with silicosis.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, and it was like very, very...
I had a stonemason do that. That happened too.
Yeah.
But he was old school Asian stonemason, never wore masks, never did anything. Like, he was just dry cutting everything, just never did it. I suppose back then they never knew. And then he literally got the knock on the door from his doctor and said, you need to stop now. Like, you will die.
It's irreversible.
It's irreversible.
Well, I don't even know what it actually entails, what happened. It's a respiratory thing, I'm assuming.
So quartz, which is crystalline silica, when you inhale it, it scars your lung tissue. And so then if you imagine like a sponge, not that I'm a doctor, but from what I understand, If you imagine a sponge and you start to put cement in the sponge,
Yeah,
it stops.
hardens.
Yeah, it hardens and it doesn't.
Yeah, right.
It can't take in the oxygen.
That's a really good description, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's I people often ask me like, how did it happen? Why didn't people take it seriously? Because I think with the engineered stone, it's not just the quartz. I think the resin has got something to do with it as well.
When you say the resin,
The binding agent. So
the glue,
yeah, I guess you can say
epoxy.
epoxy. Well, I think they actually use in the slabs polyester or polyester. I don't know. I'm not
Dude, that stuff smells like it would kill you.
Yeah. So that combined with the quartz or the silica, then it becomes quite sticky. So
Yeah, okay. And then I know a lot of people who in that, and this is where the whole glass splashbacks conversation comes in. And it's like people who panicked. It looked like they were, at one point, it looked like they might be banning stone. Like stone, on natural stone, I think.
Well, they've banned engineered stone, anything with silica in it. So they've substituted the silica for essentially recycled glass, from what I understand.
Is silica in natural stone?
Yeah. So sandstone is like,
but it's not in man-made.
It was in the engineered stones, like Caesar stone or these brands.
Is it
was
now?
like 93. No, so they've taken out the quartz and they've replaced it with I'm pretty sure it's recycled glass.
Okay, so they've had so you can still get stone, it just doesn't have that
Yeah, but they don't call it
substance.
engineered stone, they call it mineral surface or something like this now. We don't do a lot of it.
Same difference. Like if I walked into a house, would I recognize?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's the same.
It's, same. But just different composition.
So, sorry.
Yeah, go.
I was going to say, before we got in here, Robbie was like, look, I'm going to give up marketing and I want to get into the stonemason world right now. Where would someone begin, not from a business perspective, but say you wanted to become a stonemason?
Yeah.
Is it an apprenticeship? Is it you just get into the industry, get your hands dirty? What's the process for someone wanting to get into the stonemason world?
There is apprenticeship.
Yep.
That's what we offer.
Did you do an apprenticeship?
No, I didn't. So I asked Max at the time. I was like, what do you want me to do?
Because I have to come and work.
Yeah, he said either you go away and I pay you less, or you stay here, I pay you more, and you learn from the guys. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good. I didn't want to go back to school. So, kind of just started.
There's schooling about it?
Yeah.
So
there's theory and there's a few different modules. Like they do restoration, scaffolding, and block work, and
yeah, because it's not just slabs that
no.
you're working with per se. You know what I mean? It could be, as you said, restoration of old heritage buildings and
monumental work.
Yeah, the monumental stuff. Like
gravestones.
even like the buildings in the city that might have a gargoyle on it or something like that. And I've seen some amazing stonemasons that actually they do more sculptures than actual stone work per se, and that's phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
Some of the people, their skill set there.
His father does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my father's a
Fantastic.
sculptor. Yeah.
How good's that?
Yeah, I'm proud of what he does. He does some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
He's inspired me actually.
Mm.
That I grew up around stone, grew up around the studio, and I just felt very comfortable with it.
Yeah. And was he involved in the business as well?
Early on, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he provided a lot of support. I mean,
Yeah.
money, emotional, mentor,
Yeah. Guidance.
yeah.
So you just touched on that then. So have you gone the last 16 years and figured it out yourself?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, I've had a lot of good people in my life. I think I'm like curious. I ask a lot of questions and I want to know stuff. And
I think it's important.
yeah.
I was listening to something, Tony Robbins' podcast today, and he was saying like one of the deciding factors of how far you're going to get in life is your curiosity and your willingness to want to learn
the tenacity.
new things. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So that I've had mentors. I've got a business coach at the moment, Damien Churton.
Mhm.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Damien.
Yeah, he's awesome. So I've been getting coaching from him since 2018. So
Excellent. So you've had him for quite some time then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
continue to do that. So do you do that like on a monthly basis? Do you catch up,
at
have
the
a
moment,
chat?
every week. Actually,
excellent.
spoke to him this morning.
Excellent.
So I had the coaching session every Wednesday at the moment.
Mhm.
Was bi-weekly. Now it's every week, and I'll probably go back to bi-weekly. So
Yeah,
it just
good.
depends on the workload, what I got on. But yeah, no, that's been. You either learn the lesson through your pocket
Mhm.
or something painful lesson, or you buy someone's experience.
Well, it's
So
time.
That's it.
You're making the most of that. You're you're buying their experience. That's effectively what you're doing.
That's what
You're increasing.
You got to pay though. Either way, you got to pay.
You're going to pay both ways,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Without a doubt, you're going to pay. And in all honesty, I think in the times that I've gone out and paid for advice and learned something sooner than me actually trying to figure it out and experience it, it's always been better paying for it, because it's like, it's not just that, it's also the stress, the hardship, everything else that comes with it, the mistakes you're going to make. And, when someone can point you in the right direction, I'd rather learn from their mistakes than mine.
Yeah.
I'll still build character. It's okay.
Yeah.
I would much rather you tell me, hey, don't do that. Don't do it like this. Don't spend money there. Don't employ that type of person. And it's massive. It's massive as far as your trajectory with your business and where you're going to be and where you're going to go.
For sure. Yeah.
I want to loop back to the apprentices conversation. You hire apprentices now?
Yeah, we've got quite a few.
Okay.
3, 4.
Do you know how there's like certain trades, this being one of them, a painter being another one, a plasterer being another one, where it's like there's people who have just gone in and worked, and then there's people who have done an apprenticeship. Why would you do an apprenticeship? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, why? I look at it as like, if you're not a sparky or a plumber or a chippy or a mechanic, because even as a mechanic, you can't get a roadworthy license, etc., without being qualified.
Can you open up a shop?
Yeah, there's
and
no
fix cars?
Yeah.
So if I know how to change oil, I could open up a business that just changes oils.
Yeah, who's gonna be the person?
I don't know.
There's no licensing.
Okay.
Oh, well, as far as I'm aware,
Unless it's
to give
electrical plumbing, then you need there's some things that you need.
Electrical plumbing.
licenses.
Yeah, you can be a
business.
chippy but not turn into a builder.
Yeah.
You can be a mechanic
absolutely.
but not turn into a
There's
roadworthy license.
There's a lot of, and they were pushing some time ago to get every trade registered.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, they were trying to get it happening. It ended up sort of dying in the arse because no one was doing it. But yeah, they were pushing that
as
for
a
some
trade
time.
shortage. They don't want to implement more.
Yeah, hurdles with it.
More hurdles.
Well, there you go. Another aspect of it. Are you finding difficulties there at all? Getting good quality people?
No, I was I speaking to you about this today or the other day? I think when you think about it, there's millions of people in Victoria, 22, 25 million people in Australia. I don't know how many billions of people, 7, 8 billion people in the world. If you're not looking for a million people to work, you're looking for what are you looking for?
One. Like
2.
you're trying to fill one position there.
Yeah.
Usually.
So it's not that there aren't people. It's just you don't have.
It's a bit harder to find them. That's all.
To attract them.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Exactly. You've got to become that destination type place. And I completely agree with what you said there.
Yeah.
It's in history, I haven't really had too much difficulties finding people to work for me, as in directly for my company. Sometimes with trades, I find that some of the trades, say you've got a plumber that's grown and then he employs people and then the people he employs are shit. And then as a result, his quality of work goes down, which then affects mine as the builder. So they have some of those challenges, but I've always found that if you can make yourself a destination style business, that you will attract and get the right people within your organization. And you know what? Sometimes it is a bit harder to do. You've just got to go out there and put in the work, It's going to be, if you want good people, they're not going to just fall at your lap. Sometimes you have to go out there and really search for them.
Yeah. You asked me before, are you on the tools? At the moment, my tools is a large part of it is recruitment. Is interviewing people and having conversations.
And they're new skill sets in themselves,
That's a different skill set than being a stonemason. It took me like 6 years. I reckon, even though I didn't formally do the apprenticeship, it took me about 6 years to become decent at stonework.
So stone's one of those things where there is a huge difference between a beginner and someone who's a gun. Like you can see it in the work. There's a level of art.
I think it's here. Like,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't hide.
Whereas,
it's very honest.
Whereas you feel like there might be, and I can't think of one off the top of my head. Like, because like a painter's the same. Like you get an experienced painter, and then you get like someone who's been painting for 6 months. Huge difference.
Yeah.
Mechanic, maybe it's hidden with mechanics. That's the element. But I guess, it's one of those roles or those types of work where if the person doesn't know, it'll show massively in the end result.
Even with a mechanic, I mean, effectively you're servicing cars. Yeah. So with what we're doing, we're creating new stuff. We're not Not a large portion of what we're doing is restoration. I would imagine being a mechanic is more like restoration, so it's diagnosing issues or being able to identify what the problem is. That to me would make a good mechanic. You bring a car in and they listen to it, they drive it, and they know what to fix. That would be the distinction between, it's not I don't think it's necessarily visible what they're doing, like perhaps a painter or what we do. But I definitely think experience can show. If you bring a car in, they're like, oh, yep, I know what to do.
Yeah.
Not just go through a
walked that
checklist of oil, filter, and that's it, and go, I've done my job. That's
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I can't think of anything then that really doesn't have a huge impact of not having a lot of experience. But I just see like beginner to gun, especially in your space, there is like it's chalk and cheese.
I've hired and fired.
Like it's so chalk and
probably
cheese.
like over 600 people.
Yeah, that's the thing though as well. And you got 40 at the moment, right? See how many people you've had to go through.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. You can hire slowly, but I think it's important to fire quickly. If it's not the right person, they've got to go. They've got to go. And I've done that in the past where you hold on to people too long or longer than you should. Oh, fuck, I need to get through this job. Oh, I need this person. Oh, they'll do 4 bad things and then they do one good thing. You're like, oh, okay, he is all right. You forget the bad things and then along come the bad things again. So I reckon that's a massive thing in business to just be like, no, at the time you see something's not right, it's generally not right. It's generally going to be your initial gut feeling on that person, on that thing is the one that you got to follow. And just you got to be, you're probably doing them a favor just as much by letting them go as to keeping them here, because they'll go out and find another opportunity or somewhere else that's better suited for their skill set,
My only criticism with that is, I want to say criticism. I went through the same thing of just like, not right. And I thought, geez, I'm just going through people like no tomorrow. If you're recruiting for a senior role, well, there's a certain level or expectation that they need to deliver on.
Absolutely.
If though you're recruiting for a senior role and someone, like let's say a senior role is 6 to 8 years experience, and someone with 2 years experience joins the team, or you put them on, and then you're wondering why they can't do the job and you got to move them on. To me, that's more of a recruitment issue.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. So
it's their ability and their skill set to deliver on what you need them to do.
Yeah. So
sure.
If you put them in like an apprenticeship role, they'll probably be perfect.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that's probably a downfall with a lot of business owners is they often go in and with recruitment and go, what's the least I can pay for the best person?
Doesn't exist.
It's a bad
wrong question.
Yeah, it's the wrong question. It's the wrong way to look at it.
There's a fair rate,
like,
but I don't think that's the least possible.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I would look at it and go, well, how much can I pay? Or if I pay someone this much, how much work are they going to do? How much are they going to execute for me and bring in and do all that sort of stuff? And
what value are they going to add?
What value are they going to add? Like ultimately, you'd love to be hiring people that are better than you.
For sure.
Every single time. I would love to have the smartest people working for me, the best people, the best minds in construction, all those sorts of things. I've got no
shame. You feel you've got that?
Yeah, I think we've got we've got a young, motivated team, and I've got some experience as well, but yeah, we got the young, motivated team, and now the next step for us is, again, just that upper senior management people coming through, but then also there's room for the juniors too. There's spaces for, as you said, your apprentices and whatnot. But yeah, we've got a good team, and we're utilizing the resources that we've got available to us, and being very systems and process driven, I think helps us a lot in my space as well, because I don't necessarily need an army of 15 people to deliver because we've got all the processes in place that we need 5 or 10 or whatever it might be.
Less.
Yeah, you can do more with less. And I think now, especially with where technology is headed and what we're looking at what's happening now in today's age, I think you'd be crazy not to be utilizing a lot of those processes and systems.
For sure.
Yeah. You've got well, we've had this discussion about how long do you keep someone? What's the next steps? You've got a belief that you've shared with me. Do you mind sharing it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So we want to have a lifetime. We want to offer lifetime employment. So
this is really. I find this very interesting. Not many people do. Not many people are willing to do this.
Yeah. So and this is, is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. I'm just trying it on because I've tried other stuff and it didn't seem to work. So I want to try this where we don't fire anyone. So once we don't fire anyone once they complete their probationary period. And it's about how we can up the ante, raise the standards, train the person, and help them succeed. And by closing that back door and saying, hey, we're not going to fire anyone, we're forced to look at our actions. We're forced to look at what we're doing to help that person succeed, and also what we're not doing that might be hindering them or impeding, not giving them the skills or the resources or the tools. And I think by doing that, you're forced to figure out a way to help that person, or the person will deselect, which is the other thing that we've experienced, which has been interesting. That when you give someone everything that they need, and you're there, you're supporting and you're coaching, and time after time, it's whatever the results are not being delivered, it becomes pretty apparent to the person. So they just go, too hard for me, I'm out.
Mentally check out.
I think so, yeah.
So get a job at Pazzi, get a job for life.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
That's the intention.
No, I think that's very cool, man. If you can make that work, I think that's very cool. Because I personally opt into the basis on if someone's not right, it's not in anyone's interest to keep this going.
Sure. So there could be a recruitment issue.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it all stems back to
who recruited them.
For me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, and that's credit to you for taking.
Yeah, it's a huge
responsibility.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to. You're controlling the output.
Yeah. So if you get rid of the person, you're shortcutting any of the lessons that you might learn to help you with the next person, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think there's also an element of if you have that standard there of what's expected and all that high everything, the mentoring, the guidance, all that sort of stuff, people will then go, okay, you're not firing them, but it doesn't mean they have to stay there either.
No.
So they could turn around and go, okay, this isn't the place for me.
That's fine.
All right, exactly right. Yeah. So you've fired them by just saying, no, this is our standard that we accept, that we expect from everyone.
And if you want to be part of it,
that's great, but you need to do these things. And we say, look, I'm not going to fire you, but hey, I'll pull you up every single time that you don't cut the stone the right way, that you don't help someone carry something, or you go to the toilet for an hour. Like all these things will come up.
It'll start to come up.
Yeah. And then you'll be constantly at the bottom of the barrel and going, okay, well, do you really enjoy being here? And that's
and this is what starts to bubble to the surface.
Yeah.
When you, I kind of liken it when you put, the teapot on. If you took it off every time it was about to boil because it started to shake and vibrate, it never boils. So you have to keep it there and hold it there to that point. And that's what I think it's like with people. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable having straight conversations and saying, hey, look, this is, you're missing the mark here. But I think it's good for them and good for you, provided, you don't have to be a dickhead about it. But also you don't want to be passive where you're sweeping things under the rug.
That's right.
I think there's 4 modes of being. There's aggressive, passive-aggressive, passive, and being assertive. And being assertive is the only thing that works. The other 3 modes of being don't work. And so...
Wait, hold on. Do you think, are you saying with management or are you saying in life?
So you manage time, money, and things, and you lead people. So with people, you want to be assertive and say, this is what we're doing, this is what we're about, and I want you to be part of it. That's awesome. I'm excited. But if you don't want it, that's fine as well. There's thousands of companies, there's millions of people. Why force something to be
doesn't fit?
That doesn't fit. So, but that's, I think, our responsibility as leaders to provide a safe space. When people do these throwaway lines like safe place, but what I'm committed to the company, and I'm committed to the people that want to be there. People show up, they wake up, they leave their family, they come to this place of work with all these other random people to do something that's, I think sitting on a beach would be more enjoyable. So a lot of times work is not necessarily the most enjoyable thing to do, yet they show up every day and do it. So I think that deserves some respect, some commitment. And I think if you just have this kind of attitude of, oh, they're not doing the job, cut the head off, well, you're not developing the skills of a leader. You're not developing what's required to attract good people and to help the people who need some help to actually get better.
You definitely have a different outlook on it, and I like it because just from what you said then, you can tell, and tell me if you agree or not, but you can tell that you've gone through some level of training.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, like you
picked
have
it straight up.
experience. Yeah, you've gone through some level of training, and there's leadership training and experience coming through your words. Do you know what I mean? And I can hear that you think in there's a term I'm looking for here that I can't think of, like in frameworks. You know what I mean? And you're thinking in frameworks, like that thing you said about you manage time, money, and things, and then but you lead people.
Yeah.
Right. What is leadership? Like, what does it mean to you? What does it entail? How do you get better at it? What's leadership at Pazzi look like? Because you've got a leadership team as well.
Yeah, we've got a senior team, and at the moment this year, we've got a really good senior team, and this year, we are in the process of creating team leads, or department leads. So that's kind of the next layer. So leaders lead. Leaders get people to train and develop the next generation or the next level of people to become more competent. So that's what leadership is for me, where you're taking the best parts of yourself and also the worst parts. I guess you're getting people to avoid the worst parts or the mistakes that you've already made. And you're trying to encourage them, motivate them, see a path forward that gives you continuous success. So what I mean, if you go to the gym and I'm sure, if you go to the gym and you've never trained before, having someone to come up to you to show you what to do and how to do it, that to me is leadership. And then if you're successful, or they were successful in showing you and you start to see results, well, then the next person that comes through, you're helping them. And that's what effectively is leadership. Well, that's my take on it, at least.
Yeah, I think you can't grow to the level that you've gotten to as well without having some level of leadership, not just from yourself, but from your team as well.
Well,
because you end up at arm's length to most things.
Yeah. So we moved to the factory from home to the factory in 2015, and I moved into the space with.
So you worked from home for 6 years.
6 years, yeah.
Okay, and then you went and got your first factory.
Yeah.
And that's not the factory you're at now.
There were 2 ones that I got now. Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay, so you moved to that factory first. One of them,
2015, then we got the second one in 2016, 17, something like that. But we moved there with 3 people, and from 2015, I went from 3 people to 2018 to 35 people, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Wait, hold on.
So
3
3
people,
years?
3 people, 3 years later, 35 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was out of control.
I don't.
It was out of control.
That is,
that's a fair learning curve.
It was a steep learning curve. I almost went broke.
And
I remember that's when I got my coach on Damien, because I was just like pulling my hair out and I was pointing the finger, and I was just, everyone else was the problem. And he said something that really kind of resonated, and I was like, oh my God, the penny dropped. He's like, so who hired the people? He said first, this is your fault. And I was like, what do you mean this is my fault? You got these competent people, you're paying them well, and they're
stuffing up, and this is that.
Stuffing up, and it's like, oh my God, this is just. And he said, you're the problem. And that was the last thing I wanted to hear. What do you mean it's my problem? I'm the problem. He said, well, who hired the person? I said, oh my God, yeah, I'm seeing where this is going. I said, I did. He said, cool. And who trained and developed the person? I said, oh, I didn't do any training. He said, what do you expect? You got no training program. You got no recruitment process. You're just getting people off the street. What do you expect? Of course, it's going to be a schmozzle, which it was. So that was
did you go backwards to go forwards then?
Yeah.
Did you get rid of people after that?
Yeah. So had to go. We had to scale back. Just got through by the skin of my teeth. I think we dropped down to 12 people or 15 people or something like that, and took me about 2 years to pull myself out of that, dig myself out of that. So yeah, then now we've got, I guess taking that philosophy on, taking that the learning from that process, and it really, you got to go slow to go fast. I thought you could outgrow problems. You cannot outgrow problems. You cannot outgrow.
You just grow the problems.
Yeah, and they're not linear; they're exponential. So what costs you, whatever it costs you, it starts to scale up as you scale. So It was good. I think the business is, to me, business is a brutal sport, but also your best university. And
Yeah, we had that. We said that the other day. The same thing. It's
Did you?
like, yeah, as in as far as being in business, it really builds your character.
oh yeah,
It's
Yeah, it really
a
turns you into the
vehicle for personal development.
It's huge,
huge.
huge.
And that was what I think one of the most attractive things about business, about trying to do your own thing, because at the end of the day, it's on you.
Which
You-
is like,
you live and die by the sword.
yeah, it's a
you know?
it's a great feeling
Mm.
and a horrible feeling.
Yeah, but I didn't think that when I first started my business though.
You didn't think it was a horrible feeling?
No, as in I didn't think about the personal growth aspect or this is all me or anything like that. I was more just like, okay, cool, like let's go out and make heaps of money.
So that
Like,
was your
you know, make so
motivation.
much money. No, at the time it was more just not just the money factor, but it was like, okay, now I get my freedom. Now I am the boss. I am everything, you know. And it's like
I had
people,
that fleeting moment.
yeah, well, people forget. It's like it's not so much that. It's everything is you now. Everything you actually become a slave to your business.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning because you're wearing all the hats. You're
It's
doing
not a
the
business
stone
at that
cutting.
point, though.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's literally you doing it. You're a glorified employee. Yeah.
Self-employed.
Yeah.
You're just
That's
giving
exactly
yourself
right.
work to
Yeah.
do.
That's you giving yourself work to do. Exactly.
Yeah, I remember I thought, great, I get more holidays, more pay.
Can
and
start
less
when I
work.
want. Yeah,
Yeah.
can start when I want.
And
no
it was the
alarm.
opposite. Yeah, no, it was the complete opposite. So that was a wake up. But
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about. So I've met your dad.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the stuff he does. But tell us a little bit about, because he does a lot around the whole sculptures and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about, I guess, growing up around Adam and what he's done. Because I think it's like when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen anything like this.
yeah, so I mean, the life of an artist, very romantic from the outside, and at best it can be feast and famine. So I think my dad was, I love what my dad does. Very inspires me, and I appreciate that. But to make a living as an artist, particularly in Australia, it's difficult. Not a lot of people can, and if you do, it's feast and famine. So you get a commission, you get a job. There was one time for about 2 years he didn't get any work. So imagine having 2 kids, wife, mortgage, and you don't have income for 2 years. It's pretty tough.
That's wild, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. But then you get a commission and all this money, and then so this kind of roller coaster. So that's what it's been. But and sometimes I'd ask my dad, I'm like, why do you do this? I remember I think it was like 12 or 14 or something like that, and I was like, why? Everyone else is going on holidays. We can't go on holidays. Why are you doing this?
You're like, go get a job.
To us, the family, and I was like angry and frustrated. And he said, well, I'm doing something that I think is bigger than me. I'm doing something that's more important than me, and I'm passing on a legacy. I got taught this from the masters, and I'm passing it on like a torch. And I kind of really, particularly now, I think as I've matured, that idea really resonated. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
So has he passed those skill sets on to yourself or to anyone else? Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I've got a brother. His
Yep.
name is Art, funnily
Yep.
enough.
Art, A-R-T.
A-R-T.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he does personal training. He's like this. And so no, I didn't. I thought I was going to go into sculpture, but I think everything has its medium. For my dad, he works with clay and marble. That's his medium. And he turns sculptures into bronze as well. For me, my medium, I think, is business. When I say I think, that's what I'm attracted to. That's what I'm interested in. Those are the skills that I want to hone. And there is creativity. Like I love process and procedures. I love, I'm in manufacturing, so trying to get that efficient. We're doing repetitive tasks day in, day out. How do we consistently get out a job to a high standard, high quality, even if I'm not doing it? You might have, it's like 12 or 13 people that a bit of stone goes through. How do you make sure that if Joe's not in today or Martin's not in today, that the job still goes out to a high standard? So you got to develop process and procedure. That's what I'm really passionate about. But we bought a 5-axis CNC machine, so we do sculptures as well.
Okay.
What did you call it, or what?
A 5-axis CNC machine.
5-axis?
Yep. so it works in interbladed axis. So yeah, we can do sculptures, but I guess the artistic side, even though I like it and I've grown up around it, my calling is business. I think that's when I say business. What does that mean? I guess what we spoke about before.
Well, it's the operations, isn't it? It's the systems. It's that aspect of it. It's growing. It's like the practitioner. You're not the practitioner anymore.
Yeah,
you're not a stonemason. It's like say, hey, what do you do? Hey, I'm George. What do you do? It's like I'm a builder. Like, no, I'm not. I haven't built anything in fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
So my company builds.
So how do you answer that question?
Well, it was funny. A little while ago, I can't remember where I was listening to it. It said, but if you had to introduce yourself and you couldn't use your job, your hobbies, your interests, like how would you introduce yourself? Right? Because a lot of people, when they say, hey, I'm George, what do you do? Oh, hey, what do you do with yourself, George? I'm a builder. So they often link their profession to who they are as a person.
With their identity.
Right? And that's always, it's a social thing for people. Like we're measuring each other. It's like, what do you do? Oh, I sell Lamborghinis. Or what do you do? Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, wow, like really smart guy. So people are often doing that. Or say, what do you do? I clean toilets. Okay, oh, well, I won't talk to you. I'll go talk to this guy, even though that guy's probably the greatest person at the party.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely one. I always try and avoid saying I'm a builder, but you often do go back to it just when you're creating small talk. But trying to disassociate yourself with that, I think, is a really powerful thing. And then it also opens up a conversation, right? You could say something like, what do you do with yourself? Oh, look, I help people bring their dreams to life, And it's like, well, how do you do that? Well, I build dreams. My company builds dream homes for people, whatever it might be.
Whatever, yeah.
So, well, how do we get onto that now? What's that aspect?
Asking about what you do.
Yeah, that's right. So I try and go down that path of...
Or what do you call yourself? Or how
what do you call yourself? How do you introduce yourself and whatnot? But yeah, you're not a practitioner anymore, and I found that same love myself as well. It actually became less about the construction side of things and more about, well, how big can I do this? How much of an impact can I make with this? What are the other elements that I can look at doing and bringing in and growing, and which person can I get involved and who can I get there, and what other businesses could I get involved that integrate into what I'm doing here? So yeah, it then went from the actual look how good we are at building to, okay, look how good am I at business now? And that's what I try and do. And even, my next year is really about that, focusing on the people to deliver the best product. And then for me to go, okay, I'm going to expand operations. I'm going to go interstate. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And that's how I've found myself to go. And I reckon you'll either go one way or the other when it comes to business as well. I reckon you'll be going down that aspect, or you'll forever be a practitioner. Because I coach and mentor a lot of builders too. And you often get many people call up saying, I've been doing this for 15 years and just that's what I do. I've been doing the same thing for 15 years. I'm a builder. And they don't change. They don't think any different. And chances are they either get frustrated or they're in a position where they're just like, I can't do this anymore. Or they just continue doing that for the rest of their lives until they one day retire and close their business down.
Yeah, it's I don't know if there's a right or... I don't subscribe to there being a right or wrong way to do life. I think if you're fortunate enough to find something that you're passionate about, that you can get up every morning and you're excited, doesn't mean to say that you love it all the time.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was just about to say, do you not wake up sometimes and think,
oh, fuck yeah. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had that last week. The whole week. Didn't want to be here.
You don't want to be here, right?
Yeah.
But my question is not how much you love it. My question is, do you have the guts to walk away from it? Not even the guts. It's like the amount of times I've not wanted to go into work. I didn't want to do it. I want to throw in the towel. Like there was a period of like a whole year, almost every day. I was like, what am I doing? This is particularly when I had all the time before 2018 where we grew and it just got out of control, and like that was not fun. that was not enjoyable. But somehow I still found myself waking up, going to my car, and I found myself at work. I couldn't get myself out of it.
One foot in front of the other.
Yeah, even though I was like, my mind and my, everything is saying not to be here. This is like chewing glass. I still found myself there.
Well, there's a level of discipline with that too.
Perhaps,
and grit, which these are the character traits and the things and the development that you build when running a business.
So then I asked myself, is there free will? I don't know. You just kind of do something that you find you're interested in, and somehow you find yourself continuing to do it. So,
But okay,
whether you
can I sorry to cut you off,
That's
but can I just challenge it? Because you know the whole thing of like, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Blah blah blah.
I still work, but it's something I feel that you're naturally drawn to gravitate towards. You don't have to force yourself.
Do you think you can end up hating it?
Pardon?
Do you think you can end up hating the thing?
What I'm doing?
No, like just not talking about you directly here,
Ah.
but purely around, you're passionate about a thing, and then you can build like a level of
Resentment for
yeah, resentment or hate. You know, an example of this is like, I used to be a mechanic, right? I loved cars growing up. I didn't give a fuck about cars now. No, just like zero.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I lost all. It just became a thing of like, this became so much of a job for me. Yeah, and just like I didn't care anymore. Yeah. I've seen all the cars. I've seen what they can do. I can fix anything. I don't care. I'm bored.
I guess you have to ask yourself, like, is that your calling? Are you solving the problem, or no? Do you find purpose in what you're doing? Because if you can't find purpose, you're not going to. No amount of money will keep you somewhere. So that's what I feel. I derive an enormous amount of purpose from what I do, and I think that's what keeps me there. Is that I'm constantly learning. Like at the moment, I'm working with marketing. I've never done marketing before. It's like a completely different skill set.
Yeah.
The first 6 years I was a stonemason. Then I did sales, and then you grew the business, and then I did recruitment, and now I'm kind of doing marketing.
Building your brand now.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell? I'm not a stonemason. But
no, you've become a businessman.
Yeah, well, and I think it's like so multifaceted. At least for me, it's almost endless, the amount of learning, and so I get a lot of satisfaction, purpose. It's not to say that I love it all the time, but I think it's there's something deeper there. That as a human being, I feel like this is drawing out my potential. That's where I think, to answer your question, or your statement before, where you said, people they get to a point, they get resentment. I think the resentment comes as a consequence of not continuing to push yourself and stopping to learn.
Not learning, yeah.
It's not being curious. And of course,
comes Groundhog Day for them.
Yeah, what's your soul? Your soul needs to be fed, needs to be challenged, it needs responsibility.
Yeah.
Without responsibility, without the challenge, it's just Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes from, being the grind or doing like the basic action of, because like it starts off as a job. You're like, okay, cool, I just got to cut this bench or I got to, you know what I mean? Whatever it might be.
Yeah.
To now there is human behavior, and you're learning about books, and you're learning about psychology and influence and marketing and finances at a level that you never thought you'd need to know.
Yeah.
Business is cool, man.
It is.
It's cool, but it's going well.
Yeah.
when things are handy dandy and it's like, hey, this is sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is great. Like, wow, like I built this machine. It is. It's like a machine that's kind of operating by me putting a bunch of steps together, and a bunch of rules around those steps. And people are coming in and they're doing the thing that's required, and this thing is churning out. And it's like a production system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Joe.
To touch on what you asked me about leadership, so I think it's really important to treat people the way you want to be treated. And just touching on that purpose and responsibility, that's what I'm aiming towards, or what I'm striving to build is a vehicle that the medium is, we work with stone, that we do extraordinary work that hopefully stands the test of time, becomes almost like heirlooms for people to pass on, something of intrinsic value. And for the people who are part of this process, to give them opportunities to take on responsibility, step up, learn and grow. I think if we can achieve that, like then I feel like I'm a good leader.
You've won, yeah.
Yeah.
You've won. Word on the streets is, and I don't know, don't hold me to it, but I heard that you've met Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah, a couple of years ago now.
Tell us about that.
So I reached out to
Jordan. Yeah.
yeah. I
I was going to ask if you know Jordan Peterson.
he's someone I listen to, and I really like his stuff. I think.
Yeah. Jordan B.
quieter.
Peterson.
Bit quieter of late.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he's
put as
been
much
unwell.
content
He's
out.
been unwell.
He's
Yeah.
been
Is it?
unwell.
Yeah, he's in
had
the
some
hospital.
some
Oh,
pretty
okay.
serious health.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's what he talks about. I really resonated with me. I really enjoyed it. Taking on responsibility, is what he largely speaks about. And I was like, I really want to meet him. That would be cool. So I reached out to him on Instagram, and I said, huge fan of your stuff. My dad's an artist, and we would love to do a sculpture of you. And so he didn't respond. I said the same thing to his daughter, Michaela. She didn't respond. And I said to my dad, because my dad likes Jordan Peterson as well. I said, you're going to do a sculpture of Jordan Peterson? He's like, am I? He's like, yep. So then I reached out to his wife, and I sent her a message because I saw that she liked artwork and, she had that kind of sensibility. And so I sent her some of my dad's stuff, and I said, look, we're huge fans of your husband's work. Would love to meet you. If there's an opportunity, that would be really cool. And some months passed, and eventually she responded saying, I've just seen your stuff. Your dad's work's fantastic. I've shown Jordan, and he's very interested to meet you guys. I was like, oh my God, cool. So he responded, and he was talking to, he said, look, I've got
He was doing
an
his talk.
event. Yeah, an event in September. I can't remember a couple of years ago now.
It was his post book launch talk.
Yeah, that's
I was there.
Oh, you went to it?
I went to. It was at Rod Laver.
Rod Laver, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went as well. It was really cool. So yeah, he said to my dad, I'm gonna be in Melbourne. Be great to meet you guys, and that's what happened. So we scanned him. We did a 3D scan. We got one scan done in Canada, but they didn't do a very good job, and so we got him rescanned here. And yeah, so the intention's to do a sculpture.
Oh, so you still haven't done it, or
No.
hasn't begun?
No, well, my dad's had an influx of work, which is pretty cool. So he's doing a sculpture of Amy Sherwin. She was an opera singer. She's called the Nightingale of Tasmania, and so he's doing a marble and a bronze.
So with were you going to do that for free for Jordan? Was
Well,
it like a love job type thing, like an appreciation piece more so? Or was he
Not
getting paid
necessarily
for
for
it?
him, and no, he wouldn't pay. I don't believe that was the intention. We kind of throw our hat over the wall and then figure out how to get over the wall after. So just to do the sculpture, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about how it's going to materialize or
And
manifest.
get it to him.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily going to go to him. I mean, it could go to a school, or I don't know. That's not my job to figure that out. What I see is someone who's remarkable, and I think he's got a good message to tell, and I think embodying that in the sculptures would be a cool thing to do. Being able to meet him was a cool thing to do.
Is it a full body or is it like the torso? How
No, well,
do you not
yeah.
do it?
Oh, that's my dad's kind of department to work out the artistic side. But yeah, something like a life size in a pose. I don't know. That's not my it's not my thing to solve. So
He's definitely an interesting character, and I think how many people can go and not be a musician or a comedian and sell out a stadium full of, I think there was like 12,000 people.
Yeah, and what was remarkable, all these people showing up in suits and well dressed, and it was incredible. So I think that's it's pretty cool that he can motivate people to do that.
He's definitely a positive influence on society, and I think he really stepped in when the world was going very left, and he was the one to be like, hey, let men be men.
Yeah.
And no one was willing to, at that point in time, no one was willing to say that.
No, I mean,
apart from Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Another great philosopher.
I think he took on a lot of the world's
dude,
negativity.
yeah,
he got the brunt of
it. He got attacked like crazy.
But what I loved about everything he was doing is they would say these things and he would just shut them down with logic immediately.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, what do you think about this? It's like, what? I'll tell you exactly what I think. Bang, 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 bang. And then they're like, oh, yeah, but, well, that doesn't take into account my feelings.
Yeah.
It's like, Shut the fuck up.
Listen,
But it was very interesting. He was very, very, and he was, because he's a very intelligent man, the way he would structure his response was in a way that like you would just be a person like, yeah, take the crayons and just sit there and say, like, don't talk anymore.
I found it very strange listening to other people who seem very intelligent, completely misconstrued what someone said. Completely. Like, almost fabricate. I would go as far as they just fabricate something. I just couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand, particularly when like the Bill C-16, that bill in Canada, where he's like, they were wanting to curtail free, like what you could say, or they were actually.
It's free speech, right?
Yeah, well, they were saying that you have to call people by their pronouns,
Yes.
And he was saying never in English, something along the lines of never in English common law that this has happened. There's things that you can't say, but there's not things you have to say. And he's saying that's quite a slippery slope. And then people like, and to me it was very clear.
Yeah,
very clear the message. And people like, oh, that's it, he's transphobe. It's like, no.
Yeah, that was the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Like, you're not willing to do this? Oh,
you don't like fish and chips? Oh, okay. But that's as stupid as that sounds. That's like the exact same argument that they were saying.
Yeah.
It made no sense. What's fish and chips got to do with anything?
Yeah.
That's your arguments, But yeah, and it's, as you said, he was definitely that sort of pioneer for it. It's funny that it even needed to exist.
Well, you look back now and it's kind of, you can see.
He was almost a turning point.
Yeah, that's all that happened.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he was one public figure who is, I'm pretty sure, still till this day they're going after his psychology license.
Not that he gives a shit.
Nah, and I'm pretty sure he's defending himself because they're trying to shut him down. He's done very well for himself. And if you look into him, like, you'll see that for a long time, like, he was like a person who was, and he's in his 60s now, I think.
Yeah.
And he was a person who might have been like 40, who was living the most average life. Like,
as a college professor.
Yeah, like, he was living the most average life, and all he chose to do was put his lectures up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just speak up.
That was the thing. Yeah, that, and I think he did Quora. You know what Quora is?
No.
You ever heard about like the thing where people ask questions?
Oh,
and
yeah.
people answer?
Yeah. Kind of like Reddit or something.
Yeah, it's like Reddit.
Yeah.
It's just like people commenting on people's shit.
Yeah.
And I think he was big on that. Like, he would just go on there and he would answer people's questions about psychology.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in one of his books. I could be wrong. Or it's in a video I watched. It's something that he's put out somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, something somewhere said this to me, and it's true. It must
true.
be.
Yeah,
Has to be.
Yeah, and no, I'm pretty sure it's in his book, his first book.
Yeah.
And he's got a few books now. And yeah, he used to go on and he used to answer people's questions, and he got a lot of traction through that as well. And then that and his YouTube videos, and then the guy blew up in his 50s or whatever.
Yeah.
And just blew up.
Yeah.
Like, and became
world renowned.
Yeah, well, he is. Well, dude, to go across to the other side of the world and then have 10,000 people pay it. It's not like it was $12 tickets. It wasn't a free event. Do you know what I mean? It was like $180 tickets to sit in the fucking nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And to have a stadium full of people come to, they don't even know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's just hear him talk.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
That is,
it really is.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. Like, people coming to just hear you think out loud for an hour.
Because I think it's something that he spoke about, things that it's not spoken about. So it sounds refreshing.
Yeah, and I think he will go down.
Resonates with a lot of people.
He'll go down in history as like I think so anyway. As a he's like a current legend. Like, you think like
I think one of the most
Socrates or
yeah,
you know what I mean? A Marcus Aurelius.
an intellectual.
An intellectual, yeah. You know what I mean? He will go down as one of those, I think. Yeah, he's to think he was at your house.
Yeah.
And you didn't call me.
No.
And you, that's cool, man. That's amazing. That's amazing that you get to.
Yeah, this is what I think I'm really lucky that I get to meet yourselves. It's cool. Get an opportunity, get invited to this. It takes a lot of effort.
It's amazing.
To...
It's amazing, like the little things like this, the connections that it can make and where it can lead. You know, what's to say this is the episode that gets 10 million views? Do you know what I mean? And it's like it blows up everything that you're about and what we're about. And it's just.
And then Jordan Pearson says, I heard you guys talking about me.
Yeah, like, can I come on? Can I come on the show? But you will never get those opportunities if you never put yourself in that position. That's what it comes down to. Like we're 120 episodes deep of this. We haven't missed a week since we started.
It's incredible.
And yeah, like we were saying, it's great, and we pat ourselves on the back. But it's not like
it takes a lot of effort.
It's not that. It's never really been a question of what happens if we miss an episode. It's just like no. Every week in, week out, we'll get it done. Like I was away for 3 weeks over the Christmas break. Well, we banked up the episodes. We made sure it was there, ready to go. So there was that level of commitment. But
there's the other side. There's the other side of like people don't see the 9 p.m. recordings. People don't see the fact that it was New Year's Eve and we were here in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, it's like because you have to get it in. It's like if you don't get it in, we're gonna miss.
Yeah,
and we don't miss.
We don't miss.
You know what I mean?
It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But even my dad has said it before in the past. It's like, oh, so like how much money? Or no, people have asked, like, how much money does your podcast make? What?
Yeah.
Make? it's like this thing costs us money.
Yeah.
But like the brand building exercise is phenomenal. We've got over 120 hours worth of content. Like you were saying the other day, I could post all day, every day, like 5-6 times a day, and still have so much content to put out. And it was a while ago. Steve Bartlett put a post up. I think it was last year sometime, where he goes 3 billion downloads on his podcast, Diary of a CEO, and he goes but that wasn't the actual what the post was about, even though it said 3 billion downloads. Thank you so much. And he goes, I just want to remind everyone that for our first 3 years of this podcast, 3 years, not 3 months, not 3 whatever.
Yeah.
It was 3 days. It was 3 years. We got 5,000 downloads. Right. Those 3 billion happened in the last 3 years of this 7-year podcast.
Yeah.
So don't look at me and go,
12-year overnight success.
That's right. That's right. So you don't know where it's ever going to land. You don't know where your business is going to take you. Like, it's a question I'll ask in a second. But in the next 1, 2, 5, 10 years' time, you could be in a very different space. You could be doing $100 million project. And you'd be like, remember when we used to do $1 million job?
That's actually...
Remember when we used to do that? Remember when we used to do that? Yeah. And it's like, that's where you can really look back and go, okay, wow, that's amazing.
A good reference.
So just as we wrap it up, so where do you see yourself now in the next, what are your future ambitions for your company and yourself in the next 1, 2, 5, 10 years? Like, where do you see it? Do you want to keep maintaining where you're at now, or is the intention to have 80 people, 100 people, 3 factories, or one 10,000 square meter factory? Like, where do you see yourself moving in the future?
So I want to transform Melbourne and Australia. I want to do public spaces. We are quoting a really cool project. I can't say where. It's this fountain.
Say it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
No, it's a really cool fountain. That would be a stepping stone. Let's call it like that. And I want to do more spaces, homes. I want to create beauty. That's what I want us to do. I think beauty is what the world needs. That's the only thing I think that kind of cuts through the bullshit, gets people inspired, and makes you feel good. And we're in a position where we get to work with a medium that can last outside and stand
for the test of time.
Yeah, I mean the Greeks did it, the Italians did it.
Yeah,
French, British. So there's evidence there. They build these amazing buildings that have lasted thousands of years. So this is what I hope for Pazzi to be, is this vehicle, and I want us to be the Ferrari in stone, where we are delivering super high-end jobs. I want to be the most profitable stonemason in Australia. I have aspirations, why can't we do 30, 40, 50, $100 million? Why not? Why can't we have a team of super competent, capable, experienced people delivering exceptional work? Why not?
Do you think there's a stonemason out there right now doing $100,000 a year?
Yeah.
Do you think there's one doing 200?
My first year in business was 86,000.
Do you think there's one out there doing 10 million?
Yeah.
100 million? Maybe not in Australia, but out there.
yeah.
Like there's people. The point I'm trying to make is there is people out there doing the things that you're trying to aspire to.
Yeah.
They're doing it right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people often think, like we had a conversation about this the other day. It's like, they're doing the things that you're like, oh, it'd be cool to have that. Yeah, but someone's doing it. It's been done. It's not like it's a great anomaly.
far-fetched.
Yeah, that it's that same person at some stage in their career was probably turning over and doing the exact same thing you are right now. Yeah. But then it's like, well, what's the bridge? What's the gap between where you are and where you could be or want to be?
I think it's these steps. You take steps towards it.
Yep.
And in the beginning, like what you're saying before with the podcast, you're doing all this activity, but doesn't look like much is happening. But I think that's all the foundational layer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like much, but that's what's required to build a business, build a house, whatever it is. You need good footings. You need good foundation.
Yeah, that's it.
And it takes time. It really takes time. So yeah, that's my aspiration, which we are doing.
Yeah.
We're like what you said. You said, "Oh, we look back when you said you did $100,000 job." I remember that's what it was.
Yeah.
I did hotplate cutouts, $80, and then I got a vanity. Was $300, and I did a barbecue that was $1,000, and then the kitchen that was $350 or whatever it was. And then I remember a friend of he became a friend, Dayan. He has a family business, charcoal grill on the hill. Probably one of my favorite restaurants.
Yep, yeah.
And
Been there a few times.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, really.
You been there?
Yeah, he used to live around the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so he came to me and we did his house. It was like a $33,000 job. And I probably would have been 19 or 20 at the time. He entrusted me with like $30-something thousand. Is just ludicrous.
Blew your mind, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my year's salary. And I always thought, what would it be like to do a $50,000 job and a $100,000 job? And that's just what's happened. So now I'm like, what's it like to do a $3 million job or a $5 million job? It's exciting. That's something this year or last year and this year became very clear to me, is to orientate myself towards things that excite me and to do things that, that excite me. Could be a little bit scary, but then you're pointing at something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I love
That's
it.
very cool, yeah. So for people who want to tune into the journey, because I can see this going places, where can they find out more? Where can they follow what Pazzi Marble and Granite are doing?
Cool. So we post a lot on social media, particularly Instagram. We find that a really good medium. Pazzi Marble is our Instagram. And we've got a website. If people are interested to have a look at our website, pazzi.com.au. And I'd love to do something like this. I think podcasts, why I find it so attractive and why I was so excited to come here and be part of it, is I think we think with thoughts. We think with words. And through the discourse, you get to flesh out some ideas. And the difference between doing it in this format as opposed to like over a beer, there's some formality to it. And I think people can ask questions, and there's something at stake when you got a camera pointing at you and it's recorded. So
and there's probably a good chance we'll ask questions that we wouldn't ask over a beer.
There we go.
Do you know what I mean? That's the other thing. You'll go deeper in the conversation than what you would having a beer.
Yeah.
Because by the fourth beer, it's probably like, oh, did you see her ass? And like, oh, did you see this? Oh, let's go. Who's doing shots? And it's it goes to a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Whereas here you get to have a purposeful conversation. And you do get to go deeper and discuss ideas. And as I said, it's like you don't know where this conversation will go to. You don't know what this video is going to, what conversation and what action is going to happen from this content and these videos, which is great.
Yeah, cool.
I want to wrap it up with a final question.
Cool.
16 years.
Yep.
It's a significant amount of time, right? Like most people don't even last 16 years in a job, right? Like in one place. So to go and build something over 16, like what you would learn working in one place would be significant. What you learn 16 years in business, I'd imagine, is greater. Do you mind if I ask how old are you?
36.
36. So you were 20 when you started?
Yeah, 19, 20.
Okay. You're looking back at your 19-year-old self. He's just kicked off. He has no idea you're going to get as far as you've come so far, let alone how far you're going to go.
Yeah.
What's your one message that you would share with yourself?
Be kind.
Be kind.
Yeah. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. To yourself. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Because if you can do that, you can be present and you can be kind to other people.
Yeah, I love that. I'm glad that you said it to yourself as well. Because
Yeah.
it's not necessarily, because I've been kind to other people who do not deserve kindness or give that back to you. All right. So I think it has to begin with yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Because I've been, particularly in the early, I was incredibly hard on myself. Incredibly hard. And it's just, you treat yourself like that 5-year-old. There's a little 5-year-old in you. And you have to nurture him. You have to, or him or her, whatever. And you have to, like, I remember negotiating with myself, like, oh, if you do this, then we'll go on holiday. If you do this. And then the time for holiday would come and public holiday, and I'll still be working. It's like, hey, you said we're going to take off this holiday. Or you said we're going to, what the hell? Oh, no, next one we'll do it. And then time will go. And yeah, that's, just use that as one example. But to be super critical of yourself, it's you need to be your own advocate. You need to love yourself. You don't need to, but I think to be kind to yourself. Because then you can be kind to other people.
You're going to fill your own cup first, huh?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. Love it.
I love that. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Pazzi Marble and Granite. Give them a follow on Instagram. Give them a like on LinkedIn. Check out their website. It's freshly built.
Freshly built, yeah.
And it's quite cool. Built by the marketing department that they're building in-house, which is really, really cool.
With your help.
With some guidance. I can't take credit. But no, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you jumping on. I appreciate the chats we have, even not on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll call me and we'll be on the phone for an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the truth be told, that's how this podcast came together. We'd be on the phone for an hour and we're like, fuck, this would have been a sick episode if we'd recorded it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we would just go on a complete tangent about this and that and you know, all
Discuss
things business, life.
and everything.
And people find it interesting.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts all the time. I consume a huge amount of content.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just people talking.
Yeah.
That's all it is, sharing their thoughts.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming down and coming on, and I look forward to seeing the brand grow and develop
Thank you.
over the coming years.
Thank you.
For as long as you choose to, and how far you choose to go, which I know is much further than where it's at now. Yeah. I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share it with your mother. And anything else you'd like to do?
Just get excited, guys. Get excited.
Get excited, yeah.
Get excited. It's going to be a great year. And we love bringing you content and guests like this because it's another story to tell. So tune in and we'd love to see you here next week.
All right.
Great
Thanks,
job, guys.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Peace out.